What's up, guys? Chasing Maine Road, episode 39 of Red vs. Blue. In today's episode, we have got the fourth round of the FA Trophy for both teams. Maine Road are playing Wingate and Finchley. FC United are playing Stevenage Borough. So that's a pretty good rundown for the day. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. Let's go see if we can get some cup success, shall we?
Streets are full of dreams and lies. Every corner has a story. With a pint and cloudy skies, we chase our fleeting glory. Manchester Knights are calling. In the madness we are falling. Round and round the wheels turn. Bright city always burning.
So we'll start things off on the blue side of Manchester, and the season so far, as you can see in front of you, has been a bit of a mixed bag, to be honest. We went out the FA Cup in the fourth qualifying round, unfortunately, but to get to this stage in the FA Trophy, we have gone through Concord Rangers, we've gone through Shepshed Dynamo, and now we are here against Wingate and Finchley in today's episode. They've just moved into the Hive in Barnet for some reason. I don't know why, but that's where we're playing today, so that's our fun trip. But yeah, we are on a bit of a mixed bag. We start the season fairly well. We didn't really go on any run of bad form until the beginning of October. And then we've been struggling to kind of recover it. And I feel like the dynamics are off. And I just need to start figuring out how to fix it. Some players may have to go. If we look at the dynamics page, while I'm talking about, we can see here that Luke Norris wants to leave. And so does Charlie Ragg, because players might take their place in the team. Ollie Morgan wants to start more games. Rakish McCauley isn't like the club finances, which is ironic because he's our top earner and won't take a pay cut. And Russell Taylor just wants to play more. So we've got a little bit of an issue on that side. If we hop over to the red side, we can see what else is there. In fact, before we head over to the red side, let's just look at the league table so you know where we're at in the league. So we're not playing a league game today. So we'll hop over there if it'll let us. And there we go. In the league, we are sitting at 11th place on 40 points, 8 points behind the playoffs. So it's achievable. We just need to get a run of form back. We have played a lot more games than a lot of the teams above us. Blythe have played 5 less games than us and have 2 more points. So you've got to think they're probably going to end up in amongst here somewhere. And everyone else is just playing for 7. Is basically how that looks. But anyway, let's go to the red side because that's going to be what's most important today in terms of our main event of the episode, I would say. I'd be very surprised though I don't make that the main event as I think of things. So, as we look at, let's go to these friendlies because they're always in the way. Go to the friendlies, happy days, we know where we're at now. So, after our first game against Tamworth, which obviously we saw last episode, we didn't really pick up form at any point. It's never really been on the cards. When we went at the FA Cup in the fourth qualifying round against Gillingham, who were in there because, of course, they're in the Panorama National League. Was a forceful game. We gave them a big run. A lot of goals in the games since we've moved to this new match engine, I will say. And yeah, we're just we're struggling a bit. We've sort of picked up some form through November and the beginning of December, and it's dropped off again. And again, I think it's probably a dynamics issue. We've got Lucy Kipliardis wants a new deal. I don't have the chance to offer him any new money. Daniel Mayer's worried that he's going to lose his place in the team. And honestly, I might just get rid of him. And we've got a bunch of players who want to start more, which is not helping, and that's why our dynamics off. I will try and fix that before we go into the game. So we're not going to go straight into things with a team lineup today. I am going to do it off camera, very quick, trying to fix the dynamics. We'll come back and talk about that in just a second because it takes some time. I just wanted to let you know how things were going before I get into the fix. So we'll start things off, as I said, away at Wingate and Finchley in the FA Trophy with Maine Road. And our starting lineup is as follows. So Ben Ferguson starts the goal. He is a loan signing, generally with us for a month. He's still on loan from Alloa Athletic in Scotland. The reason he has come in is purely because Harry Jarvis has been injured. He's going to be out injured for a couple of months. So I've just brought him in to kind of cover the gap a little bit and just sort of take some pressure off of Ruben Brammer because I didn't want Ruben Brammer to pick up an injury and then be really in trouble. Ollie Morgan in goal, along with a right back, Oscar Dorber, Jacob Lara and Freddie Stanley alongside him. Sabeko and Russell Taylor, who is another newish loanee to the squad, alongside him. He's on loan to us from Oldham. He looks like a very good player, but unfortunately doesn't have any ambition, which is not terribly helpful, but we'll make it work. Jones and Bird on the wings is Grant and Theo Carroll making his first start of the season up top. On the bench is Chris Moore, Alfie Cresswell, Bobby Faulkner, Rakesh McCauley, Michael Peake, Calvin Tinian, and Danny Savage to come in to be the backup brigade there. Theo Carroll gets not ahead of Tinian or Savage purely because I think he's actually our best striker. It's just that these guys are much quicker. They're theoretically better for this level. I don't know why it's being a pain, but that's how that's going. That's going to be the team. I've sorted out all the dynamics behind the scenes as well. So I've been giving everyone praise on their training and on their combat, just little things like that to help boost things up. So let's get into the game and let's try and get a win. So here in Maine Road FC, I'm going to say go out there and impress them. We're in our changed kit today because I guess Wingate play in blue. And I was having a look at the Wingate team sheet, and one name that jumped out to me on there with a player I like signing when I found in the lower reaches of English football. It's Jayden Bartolo. He is a Gibraltar international who, when I look good for your own games, you can get him on a free, at the start of the game, and he does have low-end championship potential usually. So worth picking up and blooding early if you can, just to have that play develop, because his reputation, because he's from Gibraltar, doesn't increase as fast as his ability when he's got him playing regularly. Just a fun tip as Luke Jones gets a corner box headed over the door to his playing today because he's been moaning about a lack of game time. And so is Jacob Lara, actually. Had a couple of players just moaning about not playing much football. So I thought we'd give an eye out in this game because I do kind of view the FA Trophy as a throwaway cup. As much as it'd be nice to get the trophy, to have something to shout about this season, I do think of it as kind of a throwaway cup in many respects. I know there's some prize money available, but it's not enough to correct our financial damage, if we're honest. As Wingate Finchley had the ball, raining heavily here in North London, propped to White. I think Wingate and Finchley might actually be in East London, but I guess they've just moved to Barnet for the crack. I guess as Bartolo picks up the ball now to Pilbara to White and goes out wide for Tanga. Tanga in the box for Samuel, headed up through the defence. Bartolo on the ball. There you see why I like Jayden Bartolo so much. He does like to get in behind the defence and score. Not wondering why I've not signed Jayden Bartolo on this end. I'm trying not to sign the same old players over and over again. I said that going forward, I've got Luke Daly in the SC United squad, and I've signed him up 9 times on their Sears FM. But yeah, Jayden Bartolo is a great pickup. It's a great little pickup on FM 24. And only at lower league level, though. Don't pick him up for a championship, but thinking because I've said he'll develop, he'll do it because he's on a very low CA. At the start of the game, he does have to be very, very gently brought through. But can be turned into a good player. I'm going to try and fire the boys up as Davis gets the throw for Wingate Finchley out to Samuel, to Proctor to Odol Bature over the top, looking for Jayden Bartolo, who could get in for a second here. Crosses it to no one. Lara heads it away to Emerson. Goes to White. White with the ball now running at our defence to Pilbara. Pilbara to White again. Tanya. They are doing a nice job of forcing them back, but it's not doing a great deal as White goes to Emerson again. And Emerson is going to have to try and get some kind of corner crossover. Cross goes over, and, well, Ferguson's kind of fluffed his lines, but luckily so has Bartolo, and Taylor clears it. Because, Ferguson kind of flapped to that a little bit, and open goal for Jayden Bartolo, and luckily he hit the crossbar. So we can be relieved, I guess, as Ferguson now with a goal kick to Lara. Lara goes deep, and hopefully we'll win this. We have Jones, though, heads it to Morgan, a bit of a hospital header as such. And now Wingate Finchley with Tanga into the box. Crosses Bartolo on the header, and Ferguson gets a fingertip to turn it wide. And we are very much in need of a goal to get us back into this game. I'm not against the tactical change. It's part of the reason I've got Theo Carroll in goal is I can go to a 4-2-3-1 and we can not have to rearrange things too much as Taylor puts the ball forward looking for Carroll. Tanga gets it back to Pilbara. Pilbara goes forward now for Bartolo, and Samuel gets it, but it's now with Tanga again because we've done such a great job of defending in this game. It's got to be said. White on a run through to Imasuen. Sabeko gets in there with a tackle, but Imasuen is going to get there and crosses it, and Samuel gives a bit of a let off. And, we are going to have to get our act together very soon, or we're going to just disappear without a trace at this rate. State, I am going to do a break shout because so many players are underperforming. But it's not only do it just yet. We might concede a second goal by then as Samuel picked up the ball to Bartolo. Bartolo through ball to Samuel. Dorber with a tackle, but King picked up. Ferguson tips it wide. Ben Ferguson, after earlier a bit of a panic, looks like he's coming into this game a little bit. As King will pick up the corner. I say Ferguson for injuries. He's had no choice. He's had a lot of practice today because our defence is not at the races, and we've finally got a chance to yell some anger at the boys. And hopefully this will wake them up a little bit and they'll come back into it before half time. So right now with the ball to Tanga, and we are looking so bad. I don't think we've had a single real attack as Tanga goes to White. White across the goal, looking for an opportunity to shoot, finds it. Ferguson tips it wide. And another save from Ben Ferguson. He's been called into action far more than I'd like for a goalkeeper who's been brought in essentially as cover. I probably could have played Rimmer in this one and I'd have been better off. But he's on loan to us and it feels like I should give him some game time. He's travelled a long way from Scotland to be in our first team. And I feel like it's only fair to play him. If he just popped down the road from, say, Tranmere, wouldn't be getting quite as much football. But we are trying to be fair to the lad. And half-time, rapidly approaching. It is half-time. And, well, pretty much that's tell the entire tale. I think I'm going to say our shooting something we didn't know so far that needs to improve. I am going to grab all the boys who are underperforming and just give them the old pointy thing to be better footballers chat, because that's necessary at this point. And I'm also going to change things up. We're going to go to the formation we've been using with both Blackburn. I think there's a tweak of the Blackburn formation. I shouldn't say it's the formation we're using with Blackburn. I think it's on that one. No, it's on that one. There we go. The lower league gegenpress. It is a slightly better formation for times and situations like this. Which way around the midfield is going to perform better? That way is probably the way. Everyone else, in fact, let's just swap those two around. It's a far better situation for us to be in. And hopefully this will yield something, because so far things aren't working. And as I said, I have been liking this formation, so I'm hoping it will lead to a comeback for us. Let's fire up the boys. Let's hope that they're ready to play in the second half. I will use the subs as and when I need to, of course, to get us back in this game. But I'd like to give them some time just to try and get into it with this tactic, because I do think this tactic might be a little bit of an engine breaker. I'll be honest, and I'd like to see us get a goal from it. So Davis will throw it to Samuel, and I said it might be an engine breaker, and now we're on the back foot still. Tanga into the box with Bartolo, who gets his second of the game, and that's going to be time to switch up the playing staff, because, frankly, this defence has been utterly atrocious, and I might replace all of them, because it's hard to point at anyone and say, you've played well today, as much as it wants me to believe Jacob Lara's had a good game. I think he was responsible for that error. And it's time to make wholesale changes and try and fight our way back. I don't know why it's trying to show us this for offside. He was offside, and it wasn't worth showing it to us. So, changes are allowed to happen. So here's a wholesale change of our defence, which wasn't performing. A Rakish McCauley comes on in the centre of midfield. I think it's better that way around than with Peak there. It is, for sure, because Peak cannot play central midfield. So we'll confirm that and hope that what we're setting out in the second half is a little bit more, or for the last sort of half hour or so, is slightly more productive than what we've had out there for the first half. I just want the defence to improve. I'm hoping if the defence improves, the things in front of it will improve. It could be misguided, but we're out of options, really. So we're just going to have to do that, berate the boys, and hope we get a response. So we've got a free kick. We finally could be on an attack kick. Grant will take it. And can he find a friend? Luke Jones. Well, first touch pass to Bobby Faulkner, who puts it away. He's just come on pitch. It's not going to count. Of course it's not. Because why would it count? That would be too easy for us. And, well, short-lived pleasure, I guess. But hopefully we are turning momentum around there as well, which is nice. So hopefully we can get at least one legitimate shot on goal that we see, just so we feel like something has changed, because so far things aren't looking good. We'll break the boys' game. We've got another highlight. Oh my God. More to Sabeko. Back to Moore. Are we going to get more from this game? No pun intended, but Samuel's tackled him anyway. Sabeko wins it back. Macaulay for a chance to get us. I've got to stop talking. I've got to stop talking, but it defeats the purpose of commentating on games. Macaulay to Jones to Moore. Can Moore get a crossover? That'd be nice. He does get a crossover. Cope Bird can't win it, but Peake might get it back into the box. Back to Macaulay. Macaulay with a shot for rakish Macaulay with the goal of the season to Contender. Outside the box, 20 yards, top bins. Good stuff. We're back in this game, guys. We are back in this game. Can we get a second and take this one to what I assume is a replay or extra time? And hopefully just make something of our day, I guess, is the plan here. Because, we are in the game. We've got a goal. We can't encourage the boys, unfortunately, but we're going to try and get a second goal as Proctor gets a free kick short to White. If we can win this back and get on the attack, we might actually have a chance here as Bartolo gets the ball back. Through to Samuel. We've done a tackle. Good. Peake to Bird. Back to Peake to Macaulay. Macaulay back to Peake. We're passing. Oh my God. Faulkner to Sabeko. Sabeko over the... Well, that one nowhere. Davis and Proctor have a little 1-2 session now. It's to Adel Bature now at the back. And we are woeful. Emaswen forward for Tanga. Bartolo. We've got to defend here at the very least. And Peake has given... I saw that going a mile off as Peake was charging in. He's very lucky not to get sent off for that. And this will see off the game. It'll be James Bartolo. You'd have to think taking it to complete his hat-trick. It's not. Archie, how bad is Jada Bartolo as a penalty taker if you don't let him step up and take the penalty when he's got two already? That's terrifying. I'd love to see what his stat is for penalty taking. I'll have a look in a second because he must be on a 1 in this version of the save. For him not to be taking that penalty when he's coming off as well. They've taken him off. Errors all around from he must have shagged the manager's misses or something. You'd have to think to be on a hat trick, not get to take the penalty, then immediately get subbed. He's upset someone, hasn't he? He has upset someone at the club. His penalty taking is a 4. It's not great. I mean, the guy who scored the penalty, what's his penalty taking? It's a 5. I mean, something's going on behind the scenes there. I'm going to say I'm not happy with the performance I led, despite what our assistant Andrew wants us to say. I am going to grab the boys who felt like they didn't want to play today and just remind them they all came off because they were crap. Because it is important in FM to let your players know when they've been bad as well as when they've been good. We'll give them all the pointy finger and just say, I'm not happy with your performance today. And they all seem fairly satisfied. So let's hope for a better result for FC United. So FC United, what should be the toughest game of the episode, they are going against Stevenage, who of course are a recent-ish league club at this stage. Hartley Collins in goal, it's Andrew Eames, Mark Kerr, James Connolly and Mecky Horton Paris at the back. It's Kean Brooklyn and Livesey Kipriadis in the middle behind Raekwon Nelson, Conrad Ambersley and Murphy Banks on the left wing today. Usually starts up top, but Johnny Startler been used recently. And he's on a goal a game, so I thought we'd give him a run out because he seems like he might be the dark horse in this squad. We've got Daly Campbell, Luke Daly, Ash McCarthy, Matty Daly, all the Dailies on it. I don't know why I've signed so many Dailies. Garrigan, Carroll, and Yahya. So we'll submit that again to the game, and hopefully we can overcome Stevenage. So when the FC United dressing room wants us to say that no one's expecting it for us today, so go and play without any pressure, and it seems to have done something. That's good. I will tell everyone to make a difference, make me proud of it, because that does feel quite useful as things go. And we're in our white kit statement, of course, Stevenage wear red, so that just makes sense. They're in bad form right now, which could make this one a bit easier for us, whereas our form is worse, so it might not. We'll find out. It's all going very well. We're going to kick things off, just get past all the intro scenes. Let's not worry too much. It could be a long episode because there's been so many goals in this match ending so far. I've got no doubt we're going to get loads of them in this game because every FC United game just seems to be a goal fest as Bowser doesn't be the first one in the corner, but gets it back, cuts it back for Ambersley, who takes one too many touches. I am starting to notice the difference in this match ending. It's a lot with first touch. The physics are definitely different for sure, as we're just seeing a lot more mistakes made by players with balls not being glued to their feet and all that kind of good stuff. As Moss said, makes a great run to get past our defender, credit where it's due, and Morton Paris needs to defend better. Nelson gets in there, and Ambersley picks up the ball chance to run down the wing, not really his forte, but he's making it work today. Cuts it back for Kyprianis. Kyprianis with a shot from range. Now, Lucy Kyprianis scores his 6th of the season. And one thing I have noticed from the new match engine for sure, is that there's a lot more goals from outside the box that kind of bobble along the grass and make their way in, which is quite nice. It's quite realistic in that you do see a lot of long-range goals aren't screamers. They're little bobbly things like this where the bounce just confuses the keeper. And we've taken full advantage of that. We've got our first goal of the game, so we'll praise the boys. I'm very much enjoying seeing how we're playing today. It's we're looking positive, which is good. Collins with a short goal kick to Kerr. And we're going to carry things on. We left off, hopefully, as Eames picks up the ball short to Breckin. Breckin first time to Ambersley. So Ambersley, I've lost track. Breckin forward to Stuttle. Ambersley now he's making it run through. Ambersley will get that back. Stuttle could have picked that up, but didn't. Back to Breckin over the top, looking for Raekwon Nelson. He enters the box and just fired it over the bar. Should have scored, really. Or at least given the goalkeeper a little bit to think about. But it's okay, because we're still 1-0 up, and we will get a second. I've just got a feeling in the waters we're going to get a second goal here. So it's a free kick now for Stevenage. I think I cursed it by saying we'd get a lot of highlights, because we're nearly at half time. Moss with the ball now forward to, is that Udo? Good. Horton Paris over the top, and that just gives it away to Anderson, which is not necessarily what I wanted to see, but there we go. Parney back to Hislop. Hislop ball for Moss. Moss to Obu, to Udo, and Horton Paris wins it back. Good work. Mark Kerr to Kyprianis to Breckin. Breckin with a through ball looking for Nelson, who goes out wide for Eames. Eames on a chance to run here. Gets muscled off the ball by Dynan, which is something you can actually really see better in the new match area. The player getting muscled off the ball, and rather than just kind of being a player walks into them and comes down with the ball stuck to their foot. I think that went in. I'm not going to replay it. You can go back and tell me. I think that went in the net there. I don't think that came off the keeper's stance. That's not necessarily clipped right, that. Moss with the throw in there, and Banza just gets in the way of Obu. Cross goes over, looking for Dynan, and that has gone in. And, well, we've conceded on the verge of half time, which is never a fun experience. And we need to just get our heads down, really, get back into this game. It seems like Raekwon Nelson's gone missing since he hammered that ball over the bar, which is not terribly helpful either. And yeah, Collins should have done better with that, if I'm honest. But I guess that's one of those it is situations, and we're just going to have to, heads down, go for the second half. Andrew Eames is not playing well now as well, which is not helpful. So we'll go to the direction, we'll give him a good yelling at, just so he knows that he's not doing it. I'm going to say I am happy with your performance so far, but that doesn't mean that Andrew Eames gets let off lightly, as we all know, because I'm not happy with his performance. He needs to be told that. We'll go for the second half, and if he doesn't improve, I'll pull someone from the bench to take his place. I've got Vontae Daly-Campbell, who usually is my right back in there, and well, he can take over as Kyprianis with the ball over the top. Bit weird free kick, it's got to be said. Ambersley does pick it up with crosses, looking for a head there from Stuttle. And we've got Kerr having a bit of an altercation with Eames. Eames across to Breckin. Breckin with a chance to shoot maybe out wide for Kyprianis. Back to Breckin, off the post. Anderson will clear it. And it's been picked up by Kerr, who stayed out wide, which is probably wise. Gets a crossover, looking for Heather Nelson, won't find it. House gets there in the end. And it comes to nothing, as these things tend to do, unfortunately. And it's a free kick now for Stevenage, as Moss will get a chance to shoot at us. And, well, it's a great free kick, just tipped wide by Collins. And I am starting to think maybe Andrew Eames needs to cross sooner rather than later, especially if we can see it here. Dynan will take the corner. It's gone short to Parney. And back to Dynan. Over the top. Collins has claimed that one at his back post, which is nice to see, as we have to try and find a way to get a second goal. I am a little bit upset, really, that Stuttle is not performing today, because every time I've played him this season, he's found a goal. And today he's chosen just to kind of go a bit anonymous. It's not the end of the world. I've got options, but I would have liked to have seen him perform today. So I have made our first three changes. Murphy Bands moves up top. I've got TJ Carroll on the left-hand side. Ash McCarthy goes on the right-hand side, and Vontae Daly-Campbell, of course, in at right back as Kerr plays a long ball forward, looking for Carroll. Headed down for Borton Paris. Can we get back ahead here? Ball goes down the line for Carroll. Can he cross it? That would be great if he could. Cuts it back now for Ciprianis. Ciprianis with a cross and finds Murphy Banzer, who gets in the places that Johnny Stuttle couldn't, puts the ball away. And that's his 20th goal of the season. So I think it's safe to say Murphy Carroll on fire up top. We're only in January, of course, so to be on 20 for the season already is pretty impressive. Ciprianis did well to set it up. The keeper probably should have stepped across him and cleared that. So that is a goalkeeping mistake, you'd have to say. But we're back ahead, which is what's really important here. And if we can keep that up, we will be looking quite good towards the end of the game, I would think, because I feel like these changes are going to help us. I might take James Connolly off since I've got 5 subs. Just, in fact, I've got no one to replace him, so I won't be taking him off. In fact, I do have someone to replace him. Oh, no, it's because I've got Ash McCarthy in midfield. I was thinking that through. Anyway, it's fine. We're ahead. We'll make it work. Corner now, and it's going to be Banzer to take it. I've just sent on Matty Daly for Livesey Ciprianis just because he was tiring. He's been our best player, but he is tiring. I needed more for the league than I do for this cup, which is great, but it's not the most meaningful competition. As TJ Carroll gets round the defence and gets our 3rd goal of the game, and just kind of proves we can, as a football team, look very, very good when we come down to the crunch. We can look very, very good. Bound with a great corner here, headed away by, I think that was Hislop or Kamani Ryan. Connolly gets the ball. Carroll picks it up behind the defence, puts it away. Good times, 3-1. And 10 minutes-ish to play. I've got one more sub to play with if I need to. I don't really know how I would get one on right now. So I have figured out I'm going to make the sub. Patrick Yahya is coming up with Murphy Banzer just because he's tiring. And it's Alwood Brecken forward for McCarthy. McCarthy with a ball to Ambersley, who will go through to Banzer. Banzer scores, and now I've got to cancel that sub because he's getting upset because he's on a hat-trick if I take him off. So it's probably going to be Conrad Ambersley coming off instead. I don't know who for. I haven't figured that out yet. But, yeah, we never sub a player on a hat-trick. It destroys his morale for days when you do that. Or sometimes even for weeks. And we don't want that. So, well, we're 4-1 up. And I've got to rethink that substitution now. So another corner, and it's going to be Murphy Banzer to take it. I have sent Garrigan in for Ambersley as Banzer puts the corner across. Connolly with a header, and James Connolly makes it 5-1 in time added on at the end of the game. There's still a couple of minutes left of that. And Murphy Banzer has taken this game by storm. He's had 2 goals. I don't think that might be his 2nd assist as well. He is definitely stepping up here. It's his 1st assist of the game, and he's definitely going to get the Man of the Match award. And he might even get a 3rd goal here, as Daly will take a free kick. You've got to think he's looking for Banzer. Goes short, in fact, to Brecken. Brecken lays off for Mark Kerr, puts it straight into House's hand. I probably should have left it for Banzer, if we're completely honest. And that's full time. It's a 5-1 win to finish the episode off. And, well, we've been seeing some good attacking football lately, and you've seen some good attacking football. So we'll go into the dressing room. We will say well done to the boys. And then we're ready to wrap up the episode, is the plan. So I decided to go forward a couple of days to the draw before we wrap up the episode, because we're in the 5th round. There's only got 4 games left of the FA Trophy, and I had a little look at the teams that were left. And honestly, it's a winnable competition for us, so we might have to follow it a bit further. Woking are the favourites, apparently, but I think they're out. Woking are out. I'm sure I didn't see them on the list. We'll have a little look at who's in the draw before we get going. So, AFC Sudbury, Boreham Wood, Boston United, Carshalton, Chorley or Stafford, Dorking, Dulwich, Hamlet or Maidstone, Eastleigh, us, Hampton or Richmond, Radcliffe, which would be a local derby for us, Scarborough, Stratford, Wingate Finchley, Woking or Yeovil. So I think that's a winnable competition. So I'm not going to be able to draw Woking or Yeovil too early. There's no one else there. Maybe Eastleigh that stand out as being too big to beat. So we'll just draw all team. We'll make it quick and painless. And Dulwich, Hamlet or Maidstone away is a good game for us. We may come back for that. In fact, we will come back for that. We can get eventually got Hampton and Richmond. It's a lot of and they're very local to each other sometimes. But we haven't avoided Woking. We've avoided Yeovil. Eastleigh and Boston, one of them will take the other out. That could be, I think this is winnable. If we look at the tree to get a better overview, we've only got 3 games left after this. And I just think that's a winnable competition if we can get a win in this one. We play Wingate and Finchley again. They could become our bogey team, but you know, it's winnable. I say we would. It's not a free, is it? It's a random drawing. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's a winnable game for us, is what I'm trying to communicate. That'll come around the 9th of February, and I think there's a corresponding Maine Road game. We'll have a little look. Why is that done? That's not helpful. Let's do that way. I think there's a corresponding Maine Road game. There is against Barrow, respectable size tie. I think we're going to come back for that just to see if we can, in fact, win this trophy. Because, you know, it'd be nice to get our trophy on our way if we can. Hopefully the form will have turned round for Maine Road by then. And they'll be sort of pushing, as we look at the league table, pushing maybe for a chance to jump up into that playoff contention. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. So let's wrap the episode up there while we're thinking on it. Thanks for watching. I haven't always been chasing later. If you haven't already, do like, subscribe, ring the bell, leave your comments down below, all that good stuff. And we will come back for FA Trophy 5th round action with FC United. So until then, thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a good one.